Anti-vaccine so-called expert Sherri Tenpenny is again spreading fear and promulgating disinformation about the COVID-19 vaccine. She is now warning everyone that is close to you is soon going to die from the COVID vaccine. Not from COVID, from the COVID vaccine. Sherri Tenpenny is now warning about a tsunami of deaths in 2023. She says by the end of this calendar year, the year of the Lord 2023, every one of us will know 5, maybe 10 or more people who have died from the COVID vaccine. Okay, let's listen to what she had to say. This is very instructive in terms of fear mongering and so many other things. Let's listen.
Now we're seeing the tsunami of deaths that I've been talking about since the beginning of 21. Millions of people are going to die. You know, when Judy Mikovits came out on Plandemic at the beginning of that. And
by the way, that was one of the biggest nonsense propaganda films, Plandemic and Mikovits. It's crazy to even mention it.
That more than 50 million people are going to die. And everybody was like, whoa. And when they started interviewing me and they asked me, what did I think about that number? I said, it's way too low.
Oh.
It's going to be much more than 50 million people in America alone. And we're already starting to see it.
We're not.
So the tsunami of deaths is coming. It's already here. And I believe that what's happening now and is starting to happen now is the tsunami of regret of the people that fell for the lies. Your friends and family members and parents and children and all they did to your grandchildren just could not be told otherwise. But now that people are dying like flies, I mean, my business partner has 83 close people in his life that have died.
You know, the truth is most people don't have 83 people in their lives that they are close to. This is like a separate issue, but these are obvious lies.
83.
Yeah, no.
It's the beginning. And I predict that by the end of this year, every person in this room and every person listening behind here is going to know a minimum of 5, probably 10 or more close friends and family.
Yeah, you don't have as many friends as her business partner, so you'll have only 5 to 10 people die.
Members that have died from these shots.
Right. So I want to remind everybody, and this is so controversial every time. People say, David, is Sherri Tenpenny a doctor or is she not a doctor? And when I explain it, people get mad. Sherri Tenpenny is not a medical doctor. She is an osteopathic physician. Now, whenever I make that distinction, people start writing in, including osteopaths, saying, David, you shouldn't act as though that is less than being an MD. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you she's not an MD. She's an osteopathic physician, and her claims have no scientific basis. It doesn't mean every osteopath believes the things Sherri Tenpenny believes. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm telling you is actual medical doctors have debunked her claims. Health organizations have debunked her claims. Many osteopaths have also debunked her claims. But in the sense that osteopathic physicians are doctors, she is indeed a doctor. Now, if she sounds familiar, and this is really the big point I want to make, it's because we have listened to her predictions in the past, and of course, none of them have come to pass. What I would like is accountability for these people. When they make these predictions, let's remember. And then we can follow up and say, hey, that stuff didn't happen. Because remember when she said this last year?
The more shots you get, the more you destroy your immune system and the faster that happens. And it's anticipated, the German data says that by the end of 2022, every fully vaccinated person over the age of 30 may have the equivalent of full-blown vaccine-induced immune-suppressed AIDS.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a fully vaccinated person over the age of 30, I am here today to tell you I do not have full-blown vaccine-induced immune-suppressed AIDS. I do have a little neck pain from a weird movement I did at the gym 3 days ago, but I don't have full-blown AIDS. So the point is, it's fear, fear, fear. And we're going to talk about this later. I can't believe I'm saying these words. But later on in the show, I'm going to talk to you about Tucker Carlson fear-mongering about a space vagina. I know it sounds insane, but it's what it is. They have to induce fear. Fear generates the environment they need in order to then sell you something, whether it's tickets to an event or a product or liquid silver, whatever it is they sell you. And then there's no follow-up and there's no accountability. We have to hold these people accountable for their endless failed predictions. This is yet another one of those. And if you're listening today and you want to see what this looks like when this woman makes these claims, we'll have all of these clips on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The David Pakman Show, and on our Instagram, which you can find by searching Instagram for David Pakman Show.